Holly, what would you like to confess today?
I have a guy that likes to come and pick up my laundry. The dirtier the better, to be honest. So he takes my smelly socks and panties, takes them away, washes them, probably sniffs them a lot and does whatever he does, and then brings them back. So that's really convenient for me actually, because it means I just get rid of some of my laundry.
My confession is I deactivated all of my ex's Netflix accounts to get back at them.
And did they ever find out?
They found out that it was deactivated, but they did not find out it was me.
What did he do to you to deserve that revenge?
Most of them cheated and all just like treated me really badly. So I think it's fair enough.
Sounds like you've had a lot of tricky men in your life, Esther.
My confession is I faked every single orgasm that a man has never given me, yet not one single boyfriend has ever guessed.
I would like to confess that my great-granddad actually killed my great-grandma when my nan was 11. And then I found out that he was actually a serial killer.
What does it take to become a serial killer?
You have to kill 3 or more people.
And is this something that you tell people? Or is this something that you've kept a secret?
I had to keep it a secret when I was younger because my mum didn't know anything about it. She didn't know that he was classified as a serial killer. She didn't know that he killed more than my great-grandma. Yeah, I wasn't allowed to talk about it when I was 14, 15, but then as I looked into it more, I realised it was already quite public, just not in the 21st century.
How does it feel confessing it now, getting up, saying this out loud, getting it off your chest?
It feels, I feel bad almost, because it's not a good thing. But I also can acknowledge that it's interesting at the same time.
What would you like to confess today?
My confession is my parents have no idea that I'm dropping out of university in 2nd year to pursue acting and to do YouTube full time.
Why haven't you told them?
Because they want me to go to university and get a degree. They want me to have a backup plan, which is fair enough, but it just isn't for me.
What do you think they want you to do?
Be a doctor or something. Something generic.
I would like to confess that I pissed myself at my mate's house.
All right, what happened?
So basically, I went on a night out, as you do, got very drunk, and my mates were like, look, you can't go home, you're staying at mine. And I was like, all right, cool. Well, I didn't say that, I was more like, oh, okay, cool. Anyway, so I ended up staying at my friend's house, and he put me in a really nice sleeping bag, tucked me away, I fell asleep. I woke up really hungover, and also extremely wet. I basically did the biggest piss of my life in the sleeping bag, and I had no idea what to do. So I was like, right, I've got 2 options here. Either confess it, or I don't. So I rolled that sleeping bag up, I put it in the airing cupboard, shut the door, and I went home.
I was catfished by a member of staff that I work with quite closely, and that set up this whole fake persona. There was actually pillow talk and everything involved, only for my horror to find out 2 weeks later this was an actual person that I was actually working with. And they set it up in such a way that they would put up updated profiles, pictures. It was done on a whole day-to-day basis. And it left me just feeling quite sick to the pit of my stomach. Still to this day, I shudder. I did actually confront them, and they then took down all their Instagram page, their Facebook page, and then all these other guys came out of the woodwork saying, listen, that's so surreal because I see that you posted up and I've had exactly the same experience. Still to this day, it left such a bad taste in my mouth. It's like made me feel absolutely sick. And it's still ongoing because I still have fake profiles on Instagram, but now I can spot them really well. I'm really good. I'm like a detective. You can kind of look and go, something doesn't look right there. And yes, it's still kind of happening.
So I'm a sex worker and I have some sexual requests that you wouldn't believe.
What is the weirdest sort of stuff that you get asked?
Some shocking examples are that I do have a client that's almost 90 years old and he likes to be caned. Another one is I have a guy that likes to come and pick up my laundry. The dirtier the better, to be honest. So he takes my smelly socks and panties, takes them away, washes them, probably sniffs them a lot and does whatever he does, and then brings them back. So that's really convenient for me actually, because it means I just get rid of some of my laundry. There is some things that I don't do that are just a little bit too over the line for me.
Such as?
Scat. Do I need to explain what that is? Yes. So scat is like, well, some people call it hard sports. It's basically poo.
Say no more. And the pigeon's next to you. What would you like to confess today?
I like to confess that I nearly turned gay when I was 13. I think every guy has to go past that that phase of like confusion and all that. I'm 22 now and like I'm straight as a ruler. When I was 13, even if I turn gay, I'll probably be all right because every gender is beautiful, you know.
What would you say to your 13-year-old self?
I'll say there's nothing wrong with being anything. You can be anything in this world. Just be happy, I guess.
I was once at a house party. I didn't know the host, but I was invited by my mate and I needed to do a poo. So I went in the toilet and I did my business and I panicked. I didn't want to get out of the toilet to a queue of people smelling my own poo, so I jumped out of the window and walked back into the house.
And then, did you walk back into the house and then act shocked that someone had done a smelly poo?
No, I just completely ignored it. None of my business. I have no idea what happened.
Sometimes when my friends come back from nights out and they're hungover, they can't remember what they've done. I'll make something up and tell them that they've done it while they were drunk.
So you're single-handedly fueling your friend's beer fear?
Yeah, I really was. Sometimes I'll make up stories that they've kissed old men. You know what? just some things to have a little bit of fun, have a little giggle to yourself.
And do they know that you're doing this?
No! I don't think anyone will trust me after a night out again.
I confess that in a Zoom meeting, I had sex with the camera and the microphone turned off.
All right, tell me more.
My now ex was over and I was logged into a Teams conference call. And basically, I logged on, I did my thing, and then turned off the camera, turned off the mic, and then just had really loud sex while the call was going on in the background.
Did it add an extra level for you with the fact that the meeting was still going on?
Yeah, it was kind of risky, kind of fun. So it was like, that was part of the appeal, I guess.
Is it something you'd do again?
We did. We did do it again.
What would you like to confess today?
I'd like to confess today that I have never been on a date, still a virgin at 23 years old now. Never done anything more than just have a conversation, to be honest.
How do you feel about that?
I feel great, to be honest. I mean, I don't really need to date to have a good life. I'm still young. Life is not short as well. We've still got a future ahead. So I guess, yeah, I just like to take things slow.
Fair enough. Let them come to you, Rixton.
Yes.
I've got a form of OCD. That means that I have intrusive and damaging thoughts about my partner's previous past, and I've spent a lot of the last couple of years thinking about what she did before me.
What kind of things do you end up focusing on and thinking about?
So obviously we met on a dating app, so it first started with who else she met on that dating app.